Kenya's government has scrapped a plan to fully nationalize the partly state-owned airline known as KQ. Like other airlines, Kenya Airways has seen its passenger business severely hurt by travel restrictions imposed by government to curb the spread of COVID-19 and new variants. Now let's hear more from Limo Toboy, economic analyst from Kenya, about this and more. Great to have you on the program.
Good afternoon.
So tell us about this new change of plans regarding nationalization of Kenya Airways.
Kenya has been part of a program with the International Monetary Fund since 2020, that COVID restructuring and how to assist management. And overall, while the IMF is happy with the progress, it's concerned that Kenya is still vulnerable to shocks for the economy. It has urged the country to prioritize its spending towards its development activity. Now, Kenya Airways is one of 18 state-owned corporations. There are two really big ones. That's Kenya Airways and the Kenya Power and Lighting Company that command special attention. And Kenya Airways has been undergoing a restructuring program. And Parliament in 2019 recommended that it should renationalize the airline. However, that seems to be odds now.
All right, and the Kenya Airways, got a loan, from the government, and with this shelving of the nationalization, how do you think the government is planning to get, most of those monies back?
The government had guaranteed $750 million of financing to the airline, and in the restructured program, the amount will go up to $827 million, which will now be taken over by the government. What this means for the airline is that its loans will now be booked by the government, and whereas before the government was providing a guarantee, there's still the possibility that if you violate some of the covenants, would lead to accelerated repayments, which would not be good for the airline. But now that they move over to the government side, the government will be able to continue paying them at the normal loan covenants without the accelerated payment. And in the meantime, the airline is going to go through a period of lean operations where they will rationalize their fleet, staff, their operations. And I must say these are things which are already happening with the airline. In 2020 and 2021 has run a much leaner fleet and operations and routes that it's.
All right, now looking at 2022, what's your outlook for the national carrier going forward?
So the management of the airline is in a lot of talks with the government and with its shareholders. It's a listed company on the Nairobi Stock Exchange. Ended for about a year. But what's been happening is that they've been quite candid to say, look, the global aviation industry has, in the last 1 year, has lost 20 years of growth. Kenya Airways management really does not expect till 2024 to have a full recovery where they were in 2019. What's going to happen is they will run this lean operation for the next 2 years, and the government will be part of that financing with about another $423 million to the airline. However, this will not be, it will be under more comprehensive package with the IMF, where management will be given, they will have conditions, they will have targets they have to meet, they will have to restructure their supplier contracts, their aviation leases, and present this to the IMF and to the Treasury as a condition for funding. So going forward, they will also do a lot more partnerships. The IMF study concluded a few months ago, and there are still two other options which the airline is going through, which will be affected by this. One is a partnership proposal with main airport in Nairobi, which went to Parliament, and another one is which President of Kenya and South African counterpart, they signed an agreement about a month ago, form a Pan-African airline in 2024. So partnerships will be a part of the airline. In the meantime, they're also going to be doing a lot more new things like cargo. They're doing a lot more charters and innovation programs with the Nairobi Tech community.
All right, but what other funding options do you see for Kenya Airways going forward?
So renegotiate. These are already ongoing, I must say. So renegotiate with concessions with the partners and suppliers. Have a leaner fleet. In the last few months, they have subleased 2 of their aircraft over to Congo Airlines, and they have also converted 2 other aircraft which were passenger aircraft into cargo aircraft. But going forward, there'll be a big part of cargo. They recognize that travel in Africa and travel around the world is still constrained. So they will expect that for the next few years, you will still not have the numbers who were flying in 2019. And this is part of the discussions they have right now with Treasury and the IMF.
All right. We'll keep tracking that airline to see how 2022 plays out for it. That's Limo Taboy, right there, economic analyst. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today, and compliments of the season.
Happy holiday.